Hey folks, this is Jake Davis with an on-the-fly review for you, and today I'm talking about Spider-Man No Way Home. Released, last night and is currently playing nationwide. This film's directed by John Watts, and there's not going to be spoilers in this, but there will be certain confirmations. Movie stars Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Zendaya, Benedict Cumberbatch, Willem Dafoe, Alfred Molina, Jimmy Fox, Thomas Hayden Church, uh, uh, and Marissa Tomei, and plus many, many, many other people. Uh, the whole setup here is after J.K. Simmons, J. Jonah Jameson reveals the identity of Spider-Man in the post-credit scene of Spider-Man Far From Home. This film immediately picks up the very next second, and the entire world knows who Spider-Man is. And then he has to go to Doctor Strange to try to get a memory spell. It's botched, opening up this huge space-time rip in the multiverse. And now, even though Strange closed it, many people got through. And basically, the film goes from there of the objectives of rounding up all these people before they rip our timeline apart, um, sending them back in a way that doesn't kill them, and that's it. And fits in what they did. Now, I personally think the trailers itself give away too much. You know that Doctor Strange and Peter Parker are gonna fight over the MacGuffin bots. We know there's gonna be the three Spider-Men, as you see in the trailer. You know there's gonna be a big, big final battle at the Statue of Liberty. All this is right there in the trailers. um, First off, what I didn't like about it. I think there was some couple of modern Marvel cringe moments in there. Uh, they couldn't have made J. Jonah Jameson a more obvious Alex Jones reference if they tried. uh, it's just the introduction of the two Spider-Men does feel very, very forced and maybe even unnecessary. But the truth is, this is why we're here. We're here for Toby. You know we are. And what was the other thing I didn't really like about it? I guess that was really it. Because I really did like this movie. I had said that I thought the movie had a massive, massive potential to be bad. I was just sitting back waiting for this to kind of be a big clusterfuck mess of a film. I do, I do definitely think the movie has a big problem of the entire, um, uh, the entire conflict that pushes the the catalyst that kind of triggers the series of events totally gets overlooked and ignored for the most part for the rest of the film. And yeah, that was kind of a problem. What I did like about the movie was the interactions between the villains, very much so. I think they all worked well together. I particularly like the scenes, the interactions between Doc Ock and Norman Osborn. Defoe, once again, is great. He is. We may have five villains in this movie, but the Green Goblin is the bad guy. Don't you worry. um, I did like the interactions with the villains. I thought the guys all played off each other. You could kind of tell these dudes were a lot of these actors are looking forward to this project. The interactions between the scenes between the three Spider-Men are, yeah, it's great. Even Andrew Garfield makes a point of mentioning he is clearly the least interesting of the three Spider-Men. Um, but I liked how the continuations of these characters. Peter Parker is far more patient and calm. Man, he's played with maturity. You know what I mean? And Garfield is still kind of fucked up after the death of Gwen Stacy. Has never really gotten over it. And Tom Holland's character kind of seeing these two paths he could go down and the potential of man he could be with, particularly with Tobey's Spider-Man. good storytelling, good character development. But that is the thing. You have to, if you have literally not seen all three Sam Raimi movies, both Andrew Garfield films, both Tom Holland films, and for that matter, even the two Avengers movies in Civil War, uh, you're going to be lost because they got no time to remind you of all this. I actually don't mind that. It was one of the things I really, really liked about Infinity War because one of my biggest pet peeves about big team super comics. Anytime you pick up an episode of X-Men, they have to remind you of all Cyclops' powers and Wolverine's powers and Jubilee's powers and Rogue's powers. It's literally every issue, like the first 7 fucking pages. Just reminding us of all these characters. I know who the X-Men are. That's why I bought the comic. Ultimately, I'm going to give the movie 4.5 stars because I think its faults are obvious and just show the concept was get us here and make a movie around this ending. The ending of 3 Spider-Man teaming up to fight the Sinister Six. And by the way, do you not know how to count to 6? There is only the 5 villains. There is no mystery 6th villain that a lot of people were kind of hoping for. But it's just 5 villains. And also, to me, at the same time, teaming Spider-Man up with 2 other Spider-Men and Doctor Strange to fight, you know, the Sinister Six minus 1 guy kind of defeats the whole purpose of why the Sinister Six exists. The whole thing was to overwhelm Spider-Man by having to fight his most intelligent and dangerous villains all at the same time. And we see our favorite hero overcome insurmountable odds. Um, yeah, I did really, really, really enjoy the movie. It was so good to see Tobey Maguire come back in the role. It just, yeah, I had a lot of fun with it, and I highly recommend it. But I also would say that, don't run around telling people how it's going to end or any other spoilers. All the spoilers I gave you here is just confirming the shit that the trailers already showed you. Uh, yeah, oh, and I gotta praise Spider-Man in the mirror dimension is a feast for the eyes. Yeah, hope y'all enjoyed this movie. Please go out and see Spider-Man: No Way Home. I will, however, I don't know if I like the promotions for this movie. I mean, yeah, sure, they never showed his face in any of the promotions, but this movie was really sold on the back of Tobey Maguire returning as Spider-Man. Just like next year's Flash is sold on the back of Michael Keaton returning as Batman. And it's just, kind of shows your lack of faith in the actual heroes, or at least faith in the actual actors carrying these new movies. And also, I mean, to me, it's a bit more difficult to get excited about Michael Keaton returning as Batman. I love Michael Keaton as Batman. I love Batman as much as my damn kids. But I mean, it's been 30 years. I mean, by the time that movie comes out, it will be over 30 years since he's played Batman. So I really don't know if there's too much to get excited about, to be honest with you. Anyhow, I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Go check out that movie, as I'm sure many, many people already got their tickets. I'm Jake Davis, and I'll catch you on the fly.